What's up, peeps? I recently watched The Devil Wears Prada 2. I really liked the first one, and I was like, I didn't have big expectations for the second one. I'm going to be honest. I was like, they're trying to do the sequel thing like every movie. But I will say, it held up pretty good. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm just going to spoil it. Just so you know, I'm just going to already spoil it. The way that they all get back together, especially Stanley Tucci's character, I forget his name. I'm not good with names. I don't know what it is. I'm good with like actor names, but not character names. I have a hard time. I don't know. The way he brings Andy back to come and work at Runway. Well, we find that out at the end. Spoiled. We found that at the end. And I like how they played on how Miranda still didn't know who she was when she came back. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. They kept that mean side of her in. I thought that was pretty legit. I thought that worked for her. And I was like, okay, this is starting out well. Pacing of the story was actually pretty good. They kept you intrigued. They brought back all the characters except for the old boyfriend. I thought he was in it. I don't know why. But I felt like it was a solid sequel. I felt like with everything that they did, they made a solid sequel. And I think the 1 and 2 would be good. Now, I'm going to get into a little more detail about the rest of the video. But I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a prequel movie to this movie. Because I'm like, well, how far can you go? Because at the end, okay, recap. The guy that owns Runway dies. So the son takes over and then to sell it. But they don't want Miranda out of the loop. So what they try to do is have Emily Blunt's character's boyfriend buy, because he has a lot of money in the movie, buy the company to get it back. Come to find out, Emily Blunt's character, had a little, she's like, no, I want it for myself. So they go to the ex-wife of Emily Blunt's character's boyfriend that was recently married. I know it's all over the place, to see if she would buy it, and she ends up buying it. So that's pretty much the whole story. It's about also that the digital age is here. No one does physical media anymore. And I feel like they're throwing hints of that in there. Like there was a bigger picture than just, fashion. And I like how they handled the woke talk, how they handled how everything has changed, how things are a little more sensitive. I like how they were cheeky about it, and they made fun of it pretty much, or how Miranda couldn't say certain things, and they're like, oh, you can't say that. She goes, what? So I like how they played on the different generations, because it's just what it is. Because the old movie was a long time ago. It was way before everything was so polarized on the internet. Don't get me started with that. But I feel like they handled it very well. I feel like that they still kept the story very good. It was still very intriguing. It still made you root for all the characters, especially Stanley Tucci. He got his fame that he was wanting from in the first movie. So I think the writing did good on keeping it a solid sequel. They didn't go too crazy. They didn't try to make it something it was not. And for Andy to come back older and work for Miranda, I felt like that was a funny dynamic. So I was like, this is working really good. And I took my wife and I said, they're doing good. They did good. So the whole time I was intrigued. I'm not giving the full story. I'm like, guys, you got to go watch it. I'm just giving you a little tidbits. All right, come on, just pay the ticket, go watch it, or wait till it gets to streaming. But the story itself, I liked how they were throwing in little hints of like, we got the bigger picture of, social media consumption. Everything's about how you are on social media and how the world depicts you and saving the earth and all this stuff. That was cool. How journalism, because Andy's a journalist in this one, and then her company, she's getting fired from her company in the beginning of the story. So I felt like that worked. And it gave a bigger picture, which was cool. But they didn't do it right in your face. You're going to consume it in this funny movie that, is about fashion and runway and blah, blah, blah. They did it in a little spurt here and there of oh, dang, this is everything is actually going to AI and stuff like that. So there was a bigger story. which I didn't mind, because I was like, yeah, I'm living through this digital age, this AI age. So I feel like to throw that in there, you kind of had to a little bit, but they didn't like put it all on your face and make you like, oh, you need to listen to what the story is saying. And I thought the acting was pretty on par. Like, it was good. It was pretty good. Like, it wasn't too crazy. I thought it was gonna be crazy. Like, oh man, like way out of touch. They're gonna make it like another, like, let's just do dumb jokes and all that stuff. No. And then they also gave Miranda a little bit of heart. Like, she actually, wasn't all like stiffened up. Like, she loosened up a bit. Like, she thought her regime was gonna be over in the movie. And like, my wife didn't like that. She's like, I wanted her to still stay like the strong, but it showed a vulnerable side that I think a lot of people maybe wanted. I don't know. It's a different perspective if you're a fan from the first one. Like, she never give an inch, and in this one she does. She's like, she's happy that she might get promoted to this new job before the guy that owns the company dies, the dad. So I think that it worked. Now, if they did a third one, I'd still go watch it. Okay. Now, I don't think they need a third one. I think it's pretty wrapped up. So that's why I think they might do a prequel to when Miranda was trying to come up. And I think that would work. Hit me up. Hollywood writers, hit me up. Small feat. But I think that it was a solid sequel. And we haven't got a solid sequel in a lot of movies in a long time. And it's weird that it's Devil Wears Prada, right? You would think out of all things. But they did a good job. And it's a Disney movie. So, because, it was a Century Fox, now it's Century Studios. So, Disney might win on this one, which, they like, there's a lot of Disney movies coming out. Okay. So to wrap it all up, go watch it. It was a great sequel. Nothing crazy. They handled the generations very well. Bigger picture at times of where we're going as a society. Not too crazy, not too in your face, not too like political agenda, which I it was refreshing to see, because there's always propaganda for all that stuff, and I'm like, I'm just trying to watch a movie, man. So that was pretty good. So let me know in the comments if you're gonna see it, if you like the Devil Wears Prada franchise. If not, brag on it. That's fine. I don't care. It's all engagement for me, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.